Yo, I'm going to take you through, my voice is pretty tired. I'm going to take you through like a very detailed Monday. Very detailed Monday. So, first thing I'll do, get out the bed, come in, toilet. This is a place that I come multiple times a night at this point in time of prep, which is absolutely fine. But we're going to weigh ourselves, we're going to see what the scales are saying. Hopefully nothing bad this morning. That's not too bad. I was expecting it to be worse because we didn't have the best weekend of weigh-ins, and it's what made us look at what I was saying in yesterday's video, if you haven't seen it, about switching a couple of things up with the diet, because Wade was giving us a few signs that things weren't set up that right with the diet. Next thing, 2 glasses, one for the water, one for the coffee. Water first, lads, and then we'll get to the coffee. It is a super ugly thing to do, like not nice first thing in the morning, but trust me, you're going to start your day off a lot better from just doing this in the morning. Is coming straight for the water before you do anything and getting that started. If you struggle to drink water, is just pint of water, small glass of water, whatever the case is, get the water into you straight away. Course on the coffee. Now, this machine I actually really recommend. I'm going to give you as many pointers, tips and tricks today as I can, but the Dolce, however you pronounce that, Nescafe machine is really nice coffee. These are the pods that I get in little Americanos for me, but you can get loads of different flavors. You want to save yourself a lot of money by having these at home and not buying your coffee on the way to work. There's quite a few things to do in the morning, to be fair, but we move quick with it. Next thing is my fat burners and everything that I take before I do my cardio in the morning. Right now on prep. I've got the coffee. Next thing, come in to the desk setup, lad. Right now, most of the time, the walking pad is here. For the most part, I'm not jumping straight on the walking pad right now. This is what the desk setup is looking like for work every single day. I also have check-in to do this morning as well, but we do have cardio to do first. So I'm going to sit here for the next few minutes, organise myself. Coffee is going to go in, and then we're going to get dressed, go do cardio, and then shower, and we'll be back into the desk then. Today's Monday, my busiest day, more than likely, most of the time in terms of office, you know, being at the desk, being at the computer. But we're here for it, and I'm going to take you through the whole day. So this video might be quite long. I also should probably tell you a little bit more about what the full story is at the moment, but for those who've been following along, you know exactly what I'm up to. That first sip of coffee every day, lad. I should also note it is just after 6 o'clock on Monday the 14th of April. Monday the 14th of April, as I am recording this. When that final sip goes in, it's go time, fellas. Go time. Sometimes I look forward to the final sip going in. Other times I just don't want the coffee to finish, because when it does, it means, right, it's time to go and do cardio. So I'm going to get changed. I've got 55 minutes of cardio to do. I'm currently doing it on the bike. Again, we've got check-in as well straight away after doing cardio. And then when I get my feedback back, that cardio could change. Obviously, every single Monday I take you through the adjustments that are made. But 55 minutes for this morning. If more cardio is added in, I'll add that to post-workout this afternoon. I can't complain too much. I've got the TV on front of the bike. I've got YouTube here. It's not too bad. Right, I'm going to crack on, find something hopefully on YouTube, and then we'll touch base in an hour's time. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. That is 55 minutes. Wrapped up on the bike. We went to fucking work. We went to work on that bike, lads. I was 30 minutes in and I was like, you know, you get to cardio, that first half, first number of minutes, and you're like, how am I going to manage this? How am I going to do this? Sorry about the lighting. And then it gets never easier really, but it gets manageable to the point you know you're coming to the end. But yeah, make use of your cardio. Work for your cardio. I have the most energy first thing in the morning, so I'm doing my cardio first thing in the morning. I wouldn't be able to give this amount to my cardio in the evening time. Again, not everyone's going to be able to do it in the morning, but if you do have the ability to do it in the morning, do it in the morning. Yo, sorry, I was just fucking rushing there to fucking get posing done and fucking get on the call. I've got my meeting with Keane now, my weekly meeting. I'm doing an in-depth day in the life, you could say, today. Any words of wisdom for this fine Monday morning for the lads?
Train insane or remain the same.
Oh, Jesus. We're doing it. We're going to start doing a couple of reviews. This is an oldie for me, one of my top flavours, and I'm going to review it today. Now, whey is one part that we are changing in the diet, so the whey that I am going to be having, I'm going to enjoy it. I don't think this is probably one of the issues, but it potentially could be. We'll chat about that later. I'm making the pre-workout meal, showered, freshened up. I think that's a huge part of it as well. I feel really good. We're going to crack into check-ins then. I'm going to get my cup of tea. I've had my morning drink of glutamine and hydration. We'll be sipping on that. Cracking into check-ins on the walking pad, and we're in for an early push day then with special guest. Can you guess who? He might already be in the thumbnail. He might not. I'm going to crack on. It's even the smell. The smell of this is absolutely unbelievable. Now, these are 30 gram samples. I usually do 35 grams, to be fair. I don't do any of that kind of stuff, lads. I usually do 35 grams of whey, but these are 30 gram samples, so we're going to run with it. Oh, I cannot wait for that. We are a go. If anyone does have any interest in that walking pad as well, €160, I want to say, lads, from Home Fitness Code Ireland. So anyone who's from Ireland, best investment that I've made for this prep, to make this prep easy for me. I can get all my work done on the walking pad, which is absolutely unbelievable. I just wanted to show you some of the work that's been going on with some of the lads. I do have some serious transformations loading over the next week, and I'll show you just two of the lads here from this morning. Keane, you'll know. That is fasted in the morning. Obviously, post-workout is a different story altogether. We are just dipping back down into a deficit now this week. Yeah. After reversing back out after a really successful diet initially, we reversed out, worked food up, worked expenditure down really low, and now we're about to get into the best shape of his life over the next 6 weeks. 6 weeks, job done. Maintain that for the summer. He's got a holiday coming up, of course. Photo shoot, absolutely everything that needs to be done there. He's been an absolute dream to work with. So here we've Paddy as well. We have really gone through, last couple of weeks, and I'm not too sure if you'll see this, bud, but I'm proud of what you've been doing over the last number of weeks, because it's really starting to show, that shot is really strong for him there now this week, which I'm really happy with. Again, going through photo shoot prep, still have a lot to get through for the rest of the day. The joy that it brings, seeing check-ins like that, and the weeks after going perfectly from the work that they've put in. Kelly, I've just done here as well, which is absolutely unreal what you're going to see as well coming from her. We've been actually just pushing food back up there over the last couple of weeks, and the body has continued to respond. Absolutely unreal. Sorry, I'm on fucking turbo mode here at the minute because I am aware of the time, and we are training at 12 o'clock with one of the boys. So I'm going to crack on, and then we're going to get pre-workout meal in, and we will catch up then. But as always, coaching link is in the description below. If you're ever on the fence, you want to have a chat about it, do reach out, lads. I have spaces available. I want to work with people who want to work hard with me and really want to make a change, really want to pull a serious result out of what they might be struggling with at the moment. You know, working with a coach, okay, is inevitably going to drive you on. You know, you might be tipping away there now at the minute, you know, and I know you might be thinking, do I need a coach? Do I not? Trust me, work with a coach, put your full trust in them for a number of weeks, and understand, you know, it does take time. It, of course, to see a result is going to take time, but it will be 100% one of the best decisions you'll ever make. Oh my God, what a morning. What a morning. Tiny little bit behind myself now, Sam, so when you see this, apologies, lads. We'll have already trained, so it doesn't matter, but we'll get there. We're going to do carrot cake taste test. I also had my feedback come back a little bit a while ago, so I'm going to watch that while I get the pre-workout meal in. As always, very exciting every single week. If you nail your week, you know, you're going to be excited for your check-in feedback. You're going to get the most out of your coach. You're going to get the most out of what it costs you every single month. That's what I say. We've got carrot cake here. Now, usually I would know in advance before I even make the pre-workout meal if something has changed, but today I just made the normal pre-workout cream of rice, which is actually usually post-workout cream of rice, and I'd have oats pre-workout, but this, knowing that I'm a little bit rushed today, is going in pre-workout, so it digests a lot quicker, and I can, you know, get training and feel good training that little bit quicker. So the carrot cake is going on top. It's a long time since I had carrot cake. Oh lad. Okay. I'm not going to mess around. Sam's going to be watching this and be like, you were bollocksing, lad. Lad. I wasn't. Here goes. Oh my God, it's the little things. That absolutely slaps. It's nicer than I can ever remember before. That is... Oh, I'm going to enjoy this, watch my feedback, we'll get on the road for a push. Didn't even touch the sides, lad. I don't want to get sick, but I need to keep the foot down. Carrot cake. Carrot cake's like... Sweet and salty popcorn, I gave a 9. Carrot cake is getting a 9.5, lad. A 9.5. Ah. Beautiful. I need to order another tub of that at some point. I do have a few tubs there though that need to be gone through first. No pre-workout. I feel like this video is jam-packed already. That's what it's all about. Just showing you, as I said, in detail today, you know, like what we get up to. Everything that goes down. So we're en route to Kings. That's back-to-back upper sessions in Kings. Saturday and today push. Good, come on. Get behind here. Once we have 2 plates. Yes. come on. Do ice Americano. Are you gonna? You're trying to? You decide.
Oh, I'll go rich, please.
Yeah.
I think rich.
Yeah.
You're right with that.
Yeah.
Can you try some Americano for Sam?
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Boys.
Thank you, lad. I am an iced Americano guru now at this point, lad. Gucci, O'Connell Street. Give a taste test for your first taste of an iced Americano.
Actually, I think this is my first ever.
I hope I didn't ruin it for you.
No, it is nice, isn't it?
It is,
It's
isn't
just
it?
a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like, oh man, when you're on the same food every single day of the week, a bit of variety is so nice.
You're getting your protein in.
I eat Greek yogurt every morning.
Post-workout is looking a little bit different today, lads. A little bit different. Oh, man, I messed up my neck this morning posing. And it was all okay. It was a bit stiff. Something I've done a good few times recently. And I was doing dumbbell lateral at the end of the session. And I was just like, this is horrible. So it's kind of stiff. And hopefully a hot water bottle or something will fix it tonight. That was a great session with Sam. First and foremost, obviously, Sam's doing the group shoot as well. So, we're both on the same page with everything we're doing at the moment, and it's nice when someone else is on the same page too, as are the rest of the lads. So, came home, just finished check-ins. It is 4:30, and I'm only one meal in. So, as you'll see here, we've got the post-workout. And you know what? I'm super excited for this. I'm going to be putting a bigger emphasis on the gut digestion over the next couple of weeks, which might sound very cringy, but I was chatting to Keen back and forth, and we're like, I was eating a lot of whey protein in terms of like how much protein I'm having on a daily basis. It was probably close, not quite, but close to half of my total daily protein was coming from whey, which isn't massive. There's nothing wrong with it if it digests well, which I think it does. No issues there. So I'm making a couple of adjustments. You'll see there. I haven't had pineapple in ages. I'm putting pineapple back in. Pineapple has an enzyme in it that breaks down protein, and helps the digestion of protein. It's something I always had in the diet for a long time, and I just haven't had it for a long time. So we have chicken, a little bit of lettuce. We have basmati rice underneath all that. We have peppers, onions, a little bit of kimchi, and then we have pineapple, 120 grams of pineapple, and salt on top there as usual. And I'm having that post-workout instead of having another whey meal post-workout. I know over the last couple of weeks you've seen I've gotten into the post-workout cream of rice, which is absolutely fine. I've absolutely no appetite, which is grand. There's absolutely no food focus or anything there. Just nailing the food, and obviously putting effort into nailing the food is a big thing for me right now, as I always do and will do a prep. Brooklyn, are you alright? But food also got pulled down for the first time in weeks, a small little bit today. So a little bit of fat gone and carbs from rest days. 5 grams of fat gone and 15 grams of carbs gone from rest days. So nothing major here. And 25 gram of carb gone from training days, which is more than welcomed. There's no real appetite issues or anything there at the moment. Like, appetite is literally as low as it, probably could be. Obviously, I don't help myself, with putting the second meal in, but it's just what I was doing today. Monday is my busiest day in terms of the desk and being at the laptop. I just had to get that done. I want to get that check-ins and everything when I got home done, so I can, you know, relax and eat the post-workout for a few minutes, and then I'll crack back into it then for the evening, you know, and then I'll get the rest of my meals in, and there'll be no issues there at all, and we'll be absolutely fine. But yeah, I'm going to be spending the next couple of weeks, not the next couple of weeks, but the next couple of days, this week, just trying a couple of things. The other big thing for me, and I'll tell you why I'm doing the adjustments as well, more importantly, is broccoli. I'm going to pull broccoli and just swap the broccoli for literally just lettuce instead of the broccoli in the meals over the next week as well, to see how things are. I just find, obviously, you know, when I was doing oats, obviously still I'll go between like oats and cream of rice pre-workout. Perfect. You know, I really look forward to that. I have like about six hours of work every single morning, and that pre-workout meal is what I really look forward to. But after that, I think that we're just going to have obviously my creamy at the end of the night, which is going to be more whey. So I'll still have 2, you know, servings of whey every single day, but the rest is just going to be obviously, you know, not whey protein. I'll have eggs, egg whites. I'm also going to introduce another thing in tonight that I haven't had in ages, because I had it in the freezer and I kind of want it, which is prawns. Prawns, I would love a few prawns, which is absolutely fine. Really, really, really nice, to be completely honest. So I might do that this evening. Obviously chicken, maybe a bit more mince. I haven't done mince. I've kind of been looking for a bit of mince. I do have to go to the shop later this evening to get stuff. I'm running out of a good few things, so I might get some mince, and obviously my turkey burgers as well. But we're pulling the broccoli out, just replacing it with lettuce. I did it yesterday and I feel good off it, to be fair. I felt good. And things are moving as well. You know, fibre is a big thing there. You need to be cautious of fibre being too high. You know, when I was having 2 bowls of oats there at one point, you know, fibre was probably super, super high. And also, you know, for Danielle's sake more than anything, it doesn't bother me, super, super gassy. You know, that might be too much information for you, but I'm just showing you why and what I'm doing, and I'll show, like, see what results we get from it. But like super, super gassy, man, to the point like it's just unnecessary. So we're just going to like go through the diet now this week and see what comes of it. You know, it might take longer than a week, but I'm actually buzzing to have chicken, rice, pineapple, veg post-workout, even with like barely any appetite today now, instead of having like the sweet cream rice or oats or something like that. I'm going to enjoy it, and I'll give you a little taste test. Chicken, rice, pineapple, veg. Absolutely unreal, that. Absolutely unreal. Get a little bit of pineapple in there. Get a little bit of pepper in there. You know, you have the savoury, the saltiness, and then you have like that hit of sweet from the pineapple. Yeah, this video is a long video, I already know it, but it's a good day. Monday for me, you know, it's full on. It takes like a lot out of my head, but we're all good. We're all good. We're on the ball. We're ahead of ourselves. Cardio, training, 14,000 steps nearly done, just under, and we're good. We're going to have a good day, and that's what it's all about, you know, one day at a time. One day at a time. A few hours later, I'm outside Tesco. I haven't shopped in Tesco in a while, but Aldi or Lidl don't do low salt, so I'm going to do my shopping for this evening in Tesco. My neck, man. My neck is absolutely pissing me off. And please God, hot water bottle is going to fix it tonight. And just sitting up an early night, I'm in a bit of a hole. You know, I'm in a bit of a hole, but it's fine. It's just the neck that's annoying me, because it's just like awkward to move. And I don't mind that as such. It's just for a training session tomorrow. But we'll see how we are. See how we are in the morning, of course. But we should be good. We should be good. I have a few bits to get. Nothing major. I just haven't it in me now this evening to be going Tesco, Aldi, Lidl. I don't need anything in Lidl, first and foremost. We're just going to see if Tesco have the few bits that I need in Aldi, which is, you know, the mixed peppers and onions. That's the main thing. I think that's pretty much it across the board. I just need lettuce. I do need turkey burgers, but I have enough for today and a meal tomorrow, so don't need them necessarily. I need chicken. I might get mince, as I said. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. It is 6:30 in the evening. Work is pretty much done. I'm going to do a little bit of editing. I have my own stuff then to do. So I'm going to get that cracked on with. So yeah, we'll work into the evening. Obviously, because Danielle isn't here with me this week, it's just a good opportunity for me to like really drive on with everything that I'm doing here and everything that I'm trying to do. You know, obviously when Danielle's at home, there needs to be that bit of balance, you know, like it's very, very selfish. Otherwise, you know, what I'm doing on this prep is a selfish thing as it is. So for me, this week is just a big drive. And then again, next week when she's home, you know, be able to just give the time that she needs at the same time. So we can actually like, you know, do our thing, because like we're engaged. Do you know what I mean? We're engaged, which I still think is absolutely mad. But yeah, I'm just procrastinating before I head in because I'm in a hole. Steps are pretty much wrapped up. Just walk the dog, eat the rest of the meals for the evening, tip away, maybe get a little bit of YouTube in. I'm looking forward to my bed. You know, when you have that, as I said, like super buzzed morning, you know, when you're getting everything done, the evening, like I'm just battered. Do you know what I mean? I'm just absolutely battered, and I'm showing you the reality of it. This is going to be a very long video, but so be it. I think there's so much action inside in today's video, and it's one of the most enjoyable videos to make I've made in a while, to be completely honest. You know, we've been doing this for over a month now, and YouTube is a great way because I'm a good rambler. You know, I can ramble a lot. My YouTube content is definitely probably a lot better than my short form content, but it's just a really good way for me to get stuff off my chest, you know, because as I always say, it can be like a lonely enough thing that we do. Obviously, you know, you have your circle there, your circle, lad, but it's just a thing where you can be in your head a lot the whole time, and it's nice to be able to do it with you and get it out across to you as well, because there might be people on here who are going through the same thing, you know, and feeling the same thing as well. So hitting Tesco, and then we'll be home again for another meal. Oh lad, perfect timing. Glenn is back. OG, one of the OGs. I've been watching Glenn Gillen, you know, for absolute years, and I love his content. You know, like the OGs like Christian Guzman, even Rob Lipsett, like they're all the lads. Like Glenn, there's loads more there, you know, that like were the fellas that we were watching back in the day. I don't know if anyone can relate. Some other fellas now that I do really enjoy watching. Ollie Marshan, I've really taken a liking to his content and everything that he does, you know, business wise and obviously athlete wise as well. He's an absolute brute. Me and Keane share that same love for OM. Like Glenn there, I love his content when he's posting. Ginger Training, another lad, absolutely love his content. Connor Launder, all these lads. Jack Eagles, his prep, class. Loads of fellas there. Nate Styles, really like their podcast at the moment, the Big Dog podcast. I'm sitting down, I'm chilling. I had some catch-up calls with current clients just to go over everything that they're doing at the moment. I love doing that as much as I possibly can. So it is coming up on 9:30. I have 17,000 steps done. I'm about to have my creamy very soon. I'm going to be in bed nice and early. I'm going to put the boots on in a few minutes. We'll have a cup of tea and that'll be the day wrapped up. And we're going to pretty much do the exact same thing again tomorrow. Pretty much the exact same thing again tomorrow. I also need to get a hot water bottle on my neck. I hate to be whinging. I could be complaining and whinging about much worse things. I could be saying, I'm starving. And then you'd have to be listening to that for the next fucking 16 weeks, lads. Hopefully you won't have to listen to too much of that. But that's my evening. I'm going to watch Glenn's video, the bulk finale, 10,000 calories, day 150. That video, like food videos, come like probably 6 or 8 weeks time from here, or even closer, who knows. I thought I'd be a lot more food focused right now. Will be videos that I will be really enjoying. Glenn makes some lovely food videos, I can't lie. Like he did his prep last year and he was reversing out on like doing these like 6,000 calorie full day of eating, 7,000, 8,000 calorie full days of eating. I know obviously the days in between were probably like very low calories for him to make that content, but it's good content, man. He's a really good content creator, fucking unreal YouTuber, to be fair. So yeah, star of the show every evening. The creamy lads, perfect every time. The frozen blueberries, just microwaved a little bit, and then we have that was hovering, and it ended up on bloody 19 again. 85% dark chocolate. It's meant to be 20, but I always end up with 19. Anyway, it is what it is. That is the final meal every single day. Put the blueberries on top of that, and then when the blueberries are gone, I always crush up that and put it in as well. Most of it anyway. And I have my cup of tea with it, and that is what the meal is looking like. Very successful last 2 days of food, to be completely honest. So all going well. We're going to do the exact same tomorrow. And we'll see how things move this week, you know, just those small little adjustments. I think the biggest thing, to be honest, broccoli. Oh yeah, lovely job. Boots, hot water bottle, in the bed. Get me my bed. And you know what, we should be good to go again in the morning. We've no choice but to be good to go again in the morning, lads. Let me know what you thought of today's video. Do drop a comment below. The comments really do help. I really do appreciate it. Again, as always, I'll see you tomorrow. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate every single one of you that are tuning in here every single day. You're keeping me accountable. Whoever you might be, wherever you might be in the world, whatever time of the day it is that you're watching, I hope it does help. You get some enjoyment, maybe a little bit of value out of it. That's what I'm here for. Other than that, that's all she wrote for another day.